Sydney final. Connor, Anstey, Anderson, Lucas, Stannard, Porch and O'Donnell starting for the Aussies. Agaba, Brown the captain, Cocker Smith the 13th man called in today. Cox, Beckman, Africa, Sinatla, Andy Friend, Neil Powell, two great coaches, two great teams so far on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Cole Brown leads out the South Africans. James Stannard leads out the Aussies. Greg Clark with you alongside me. Carl Tanana.
Well, the thing for me, Greg, going into this game, this Australian team that come into this game with a very settled lineup. The defense was absolutely outstanding last week in Sydney, and they're going to have to repeat that to have any chance against the Green Machine. South Africa ranked first this season, conceding least tries. But we know Australia, through Ben O'Donnell, they can score a few themselves. Looking forward to this one.
Our referee for this one is Richard Kelly, the very experienced Richard Kelly from New Plymouth in New Zealand. Brought up a couple of hundred. So he's been around for a long time. And Speckman, one of the greats for South Africa. South Africa leading the head-to-head stats, 55 wins to Australia's 29. In Sydney last week, Australia won the final against South Africa, 29-0. South Africa have won 8 of the last 10 games against the Aussies. They did play in a semi-final in Sydney in 2017, South Africa winning that one. Who will it be making their way through to the inaugural Hamilton gold medal final matchup? Cock goes to ground for South Africa. And now Speckman kicking immediately. Stannard is the sweeper. And this one's going to beat everybody into touch, about 25 out from the Australian line.
Yeah, unusual tactic from South Africa. They haven't used that for a while. Using the Wipers kick, just turn this Australian team around and force them out of their own half. Obviously, South Africa want to back their defense.
So Stannard finds the target at line-out time. He flings it out to the very impressive Ben O'Donnell, this time wrapped up ball and all. South Africa go digging, but illegally.
That's where South Africa want to live. They want the hit-ups. They want to contest at the breakdown. Werner Cock, one of the best in the business. Great to see him back in career best form over the last 2 days here in Hamilton.
Stannard manages to find touch. And I think we can expect to see James Stannard play out the full 2 halves here, because the impact man from the bench, Morris Longbottom, has not been named. He is on the injured list, and so that means that Matthew Hood is the 13th man coming into the bench for this one. Again, another good line out by the Aussies. And now Lucas. Oh, and Stannard falls over. It's been towed through by Cocker Smith. Unfortunate for the Aussies, and it's going to turn out okay for the South Africans. The cover gets back there. Now all they have to do is shift it. That's what they do, and South Africa is in for South Africa. You need a bit of luck in this game, and on that occasion, James Stannard just lost his footing.
And it was off through Africa as well. As he made the tackle, the legs just tripped up. Chucky Stannard, but this guy here, I think he's been brilliant. Quagga Smith chases everything. Cock gives it out to South Africa. You've got to take your opportunities, and these guys do.
And he'll be trying to add the extras from out wide. Not successful, so it is South Africa leading Australia by 5 points to 0. Defending World Series champion South Africa. Good start to the series.
Can you just remind them to stay on side?
On top of the table despite losing last week's final in Sydney. They won in Dubai, 3rd in Cape Town, 2nd in Sydney. Missing Ruan, Nell, Chris Dry. And also
Philip Snyman, normal captain.
And Sage as well is out. Australia also missing their key players like Lewis Holland.
We're not going to go down the back on this one out.
Jesse Patahi.
Ed Jenkins, now retired, another guy.
But the youngsters are stepping up. But this is smart by South Africa, isn't it? Just playing the territory game, wanting the Aussies to play it out of their own 22 all day.
Yeah, that's what we used to call a forward. Just get him behind, chuck them in that corner. Hopefully it goes out, pressure on his throat.
So Stannard. Anstey goes high, takes it, pops it down to Stannard and Lucas. Now it's O'Donnell. They wrap him up, unlike last week in the final. Anstey. Brown underneath. Smith over the top. And they're still 10 deep inside their own 22. Here's O'Donnell. Got the pass away. Anderson. Stannard gets it out now to Porch. Sandwiched there by Speckman and also Sinatla.
Turnover's good.
Turned over by South Africa.
Roll! Roll.
They take it quickly. Africa couldn't link up with Speckman. Lays it back. Now it goes back to Sinatla. Porch holds on. Penalty to Australia.
Be the ball.
Geez, that is brutal.
Rolling
At
on the
that
ground,
breakdown
must be.
area. Both teams highly competitive, sending numbers in there. Chiobella Sinatla got the first turnover.
Holding on.
But Australia, through John Porch, I thought, got a reply.
Stannard putting it into touch. Australia so good from the set piece.
That was a nice hit there, wasn't it, from Tom Lucas, and then straight over the ball was John Porch.
Stannard, one against the throw. So South Africa. Ferdinand, former Sevens Player of the Year, and now another former Sevens Player of the Year with nobody in front of him. So that all came from a lost lineout. And Chiobella Sinatla says, see you later.
There it is there. Go back and tap Tim Agaba, the number one, for getting up and competing on Australia's throw, winning the ball. But Werner Kok on the outside break. Here it is there. They get up in front of the jumper. Look at that left hand. Beautiful shot there of it. And then Werner Kok one-on-one. I like that matchup with him and Ben O'Donnell. It's going to be all day long. Unfortunately, O'Donnell can't get across, gets taken out, and Nutler just cruises in for South Africa's second.
And the conversion from out wide is off the framework. So Chiobella Sinatla, 8 tries and 30 now for this current HSBC Sevens World Series. This is the 4th event. He's due to head back to Super Rugby, and the Stormers after this event, along with Cocker Smith, who'll go back to the Lions in Joburg. So Lucas, Aussies needing to hit back, but they've been pinned inside their half in this first half. Porch, switch of play. And Anderson. Stannard. O'Donnell, he just threw it into the defender there, but it's play on. And now Anstey, cutting back infield. Stannard. Big lineup out to the left. Connor across to Lucas. Agaba and Brown make the tackle. Stannard. Knocked down. And it's a penalty.
And yellow
Yellow
card.
card too here, so Chiobella Sinatla's going to sit down for 2 minutes. Huge opportunity, Australia right now.
The tackle. Deliberate. Not full. Yellow card.
Yeah, it's zero tolerance. You're going to go for the intercept, make sure you catch it.
Got to be patient here, Australia. Big moments, you go for the kick. I'd rather see them have a go with the ball in hand. The key for me, Ben O'Donnell. Lockie Anderson's had some positive carries as well in jersey number 12.
So O'Donnell giving it to Lucas. Crossfield, he goes. The play. Oh, and there's a big tackle there from Kok. And now O'Donnell gets it out to Anderson. Anderson pulled out in a good tackle by the 13th man, Cocker Smith. Can the Aussies expose the South Africans who are down a man? Didn't quite run onto him on that occasion. Anstey doesn't matter because he's going to get there. What a try, very timely indeed. Tim Anstey is third for the weekend. That's his 20th in his career, 8th in this season.
You've got to admire their composure. This Australian team worked it well, set it up nicely, and they give it out to the big man. Tim Anstey with the inside step. Werner Kok desperate, but wasn't good enough. Anstey gets over for Australians first. They're back in this one.
Yep, reaching out, putting it down over the chalk. And the kick from out wide. Not successful. So what a match. Australia behind at half-time. South Africa leading 10 points to 5. We'll head into the huddle. Australia first of all. Sevens, the winner of this intriguing semi-final will play Fiji in the gold medal match later on.
We've got to remember the Blitz pocket is still down to 6 men for another minute and a half or so, so Australia really do need another score. Well, they're down to that miracle, well, they've got the numerical advantage.
South Africa leading by 10 points to 5. They go pretty long again with the kickoff. Lucas goes to ground. Stannard. Cock comes across and doesn't take his man. And Anderson gets up and goes again. O'Donnell to Stannard. Wide ball. Looking to expose the six-man defence of South Africa. Now it's Ben O'Donnell. Got away from one! O'Donnell! They're giving chase over the 22! They come at him! And that's terrific work by the Aussies to be there and support. Oh, and Stannard coughs it up. He just couldn't pick it up. It was a try for all money, you would think, but at the end, it was on the ground. He tried to pick it up, and it didn't work out for him. But what about the chase from South Africa in the first place?
Yeah, I think it was Roscoe Speckman getting back. Yes, it was. Werner Kok couldn't get there. O'Donnell made the initial break. But look at this bit of hands from Tom Lucas firstly. But this is a tough pass for Stannard to take, to be fair to him. Right down there, that's very, very tough.
And Chucky is not happy.
But that's why South Africa is so good, Clarkie. Getting back like that, the desperation shown by Roscoe Speckman, getting it done on both sides of the ball. There he is there. Might have got injured for his team, but he don't want to come off. They've got some real playmakers on the bench of South Africa.
So Speckman will come from the field. Branko de Pria goes out there.
Two things, if you're going to attack at the scrum.
The thing about that too, Clarkie, now South Africa are back up to their full complement.
Yeah, I'll make sure they don't pull back if you guys do that.
6 minutes remaining in the
time back
semi-final.
Crouch. Bind. Time out. Oh, both sides. All I ask is trust. Okay? You trust me, we'll give them out. Right, time back on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
De Pria puts it in.
Touched.
Charge down, and who wants it? Oh, that's brilliant skills from Brown, and he pops it up now to see South Africa The chase is on. They're not going to get to him. Partial charge down from the kick. Kyle Brown, wonderful skills to clean that up and then pop it up to Africa, who has got a double. Heartbreak for the Aussies again. 15-5, South Africa.
Oh, that's freakish from South Africa. Look at that on the fly, and then the pop-up. The awareness of Kyle Brown. Desperation from Australia, trying to get back, but it's just got too much gas. South Africa. Class player, this young man.
Scored so many points for South Africa. 165 tries. Well over 1,300 points. And the coach, Neil Powell, would be pretty happy. So there's the kick and the pickup from Brown.
Geez, it takes a lot of skill. Instead of trying to go down on it, you under duress, he puts the kick out and then goes down, picks it up and pops it up. Had players to burn too to South Africa, but in the end didn't need them. Still a long time to go.
17-5. The Blitz box looking to hit back after losing the Sydney final. 29-0 last week to Australia.
Clear release.
Take it quickly. And Taylor got away from one. Taken by Cock in the end.
High and entry.
Will come back to take it on the mark.
I'm just unsure if you tapped that properly, so I'm going to make you do it again. I didn't know if it left your hands or not.
We're going to go to the sideline here. I think Stan Archer's asking. Get the call right. Big moment.
As Wally looks on, the mascot. And the touch finder.
They lost their last line-out throw with Tim Agaba getting up in front, so James Stannard here needs to be on song with his lifters. Time point score for Australia right up the top.
Number one. Sub. Oh, sorry. So no sub. Okay.
No sub just yet for South Africa. They'll be expecting Tim Agaba to create a bit of havoc here and try and win it against the throw again. They go to the front this time, and Kyle Brown read it pretty well, but couldn't control it. So into touch, we'll have another throw in for Australia.
Yeah, there's all the experience again from the number 6 from the Brits box, the captain reading that easily, getting his hand involved, but they get another opportunity.
They go to the front, and not straight as the call, so it's not working for the Australians.
But that all come down to Tim Agaba in the last line out. They didn't want to chuck Lockie Anderson up, so they tried 2 little trick plays in the front, and it didn't work for them. One moment, one line out changed the whole shape of the Australian line out.
Oh, you guys form up. Let's go, please. Let's go.
South Africans have done their homework from last week. Still 2.5 minutes remaining, though.
Come up. Hey, you stand up again, it'll be a free kick against you. Do you understand?
I'm expecting Vernon Cock here, if it comes out quickly, they're under duress just to hit this ball up, reset, and then Branko de Pere to go off that.
Africa putting it in, giving it to Cock, and he shovels it into open spaces, and there's the kick downtown. Senatla chasing, but George is going to get, no, it's not, it's Anderson getting back there first of all for Australia. Comes back. 13th man out there, Matthew Hood, in his 3rd tournament. And the penalty goes against Australia.
Holding on.
Oh, that's a backbreaker for the Aussies. Nice call from Branko de Pere to kick it downtown. They had a good chase on it, got the turnover. Good territory gain from the Blitz pocket.
Oh, Brown back with the captaincy after the injury to Philip Snyman. Brown's 62nd tournament. He's enjoying it out there. Cocker Smith. Oh, fell off. Cocker Smith, Australia did. And he charges, steamrolls his way to the line. And that might be his final act for some time before he heads back to Super Rugby. His 61st try, and that should be the ball game.
Quagga Smith has added a new dimension since coming in on day 2 for the Blitz pocket. He is an absolute rhino. Look at him. just trudging down the middle of the park, was never going to be denied. The big man getting it done.
13th man because he injured an ankle in a training session this week. Rested it yesterday, got his opportunity today, and he scored a very important try in front of the South African fans, and there's the extra 2. So it's been good tactics by South Africa. They've taken their opportunities, they've won a line out against the throw, picked up loose balls and turned them into points. Quagga Smith comes from the field, so have we seen the last of him in this current series before he heads back to the Lions? Sits up now for Anstey. Throws it back. Myers. Time almost up. And the penalty goes the way of South Africa. So they're going to be in yet another final. They won 5 on the last HSBC Sevens World Series. They ended up being the series champions. So now South Africa will hope to go